This is the first time that I'm doing a recording on my iPad.
Wow, and I'm there too.
And you're here too. So, welcome.
Welcome.
to Am I the Ass Souls?
It's a good gimmick, admit it.
Oh, I love it. I think it's hilarious. Anyways, I'm rapidpeach.
I'm handsome German.
And together we are...
The pizza cats.
No, we are Am I the Ass Souls? This is going to be the strangest podcast crossover that you've ever seen or listened to, or both. But it's gonna be fun, hopefully. Essentially what we're going to do is read through Am I the Asshole subreddit, posts on that subreddit, and tell people if they're the ass soul or not, while some footage of Bennett playing
Elden Ring right now.
Oh, is it going to be Elden Ring?
I only have Elden Ring footage right now.
Okay, so it's going to be Elden Ring footage plays. I hope you enjoy watching Bennett succeed, or maybe not.
Oh, I pretty much only record like the 5 minutes preceding hilarious deaths. So
Great. This should be a lot of fun then. Cool.
Without further ado,
let's jump into the first one.
Yes.
Wow.
Pilot episode.
Okay. This was posted 12 hours ago at the time of recording, so March 4th. Ooh, fun.
Ooh.
At like 8:30 in the morning. How fun. For us.
For us.
So who knows what time it actually was. Oh, they even made their like a specific user account just for this one. So apparently they didn't want to have this link to their own personal subreddit.
That's
fun.
Fair.
That is always a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my brother a sore, slow loser? A quote, sore, slow loser.
That's a sick burn right there. I'm looking forward to finding out what
I've read it.
Justification.
You haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it, no.
This is going to be fun. It's kind of a longer one, but it's pretty great. So, my wife Irene is very fit. She likes working out and has a proper exercise regime, etc. She feels that if she feels good, she looks good. And she feels good working out, so who am I to stop her? Fair enough so far.
I mean, has nothing to do with the topic yet.
My brother, Will, spent the latter half of last year going through a messy divorce and now needs a place to stay. Though my brother and I aren't very close, I figured he would only stay with us for a couple weeks until he got back on his feet.
Yeah.
First off, I'm like, no. You don't let people stay with you, but that's a different thing.
You don't have any siblings, you don't understand.
True enough. Will is a typical gym rat. He's always on a very strict diet, always working out and bragging about his, quote, gains. Red flag, just instant red flag. I've worked out with him a few times and he's a little obnoxious. He's always mad at you if you don't work at his pace and is always trying to correct your form. He's a pretty fit and muscular guy, but I don't like to exercise with him.
Fair, if he's annoying, then...
Right. Sounds like he wouldn't be welcome at Planet Fitness.
As a resident gym head who went to the gym once this week. Yeah, no, that sounds pretty annoying.
Right. Will has been pushing Irene to work out with him because, according to him, quote, she won't be able to keep up with him. Irene mostly just shrugs him off with a laugh and tells him she would love to work out with him. Irene works out in the morning 3 times a week and then does a run in the evening, but she's been busy this past week and hasn't been able to stick to her usual schedule. Will thinks that she's trying to make excuses because she doesn't want to be embarrassed by him. Again, Irene just laughs him off. About 2 days ago, Irene and Will went on an early morning run. I didn't go with them, but the first thing I heard when Will entered the house was, quote, the only reason I couldn't keep up with you, Irene, is because you were sweating too much, end quote. I found this extremely comical and kind of just laughed him off. Irene rolled her eyes and went to take a shower, so I thought that the conversation would die there. However, Will just kept bringing up my wife's sweat.
If one of my brothers kept bringing up your sweat, I would ask them to leave.
I would be very confused why that was what they were focusing on.
That's my 14-year-old brother.
He's not 14.
13, whatever.
He's 13.
I don't want him to age at all.
So you made him older?
He's 6, damn it.
My wife went to work and he told her, quote, to make sure she doesn't sweat through her clothes, end quote. Or when she called me in the middle of the day, he yelled, tell the sweaty bitch I said hi. Of course, the bitch comment aggravated me, and I told him to knock it off and stop acting like a child. I thought that was the end of it, but he just kept going. By the end of the day, I was tired of his comments, but Irene seemed rather unfazed by them. When she served him food, he made a comment about her sweating into the food. At this point, I was at my wit's end, and I told him to stop acting like a sore, slow, referring to his running pace, loser, and eat his food. Will, of course, got angry and said the only reason he was going slower than usual was because he was distracted by my wife's unhygienic sweat. That's a quote.
His sweat is probably just
totally normal sweat, but she's a woman, so it's unhygienic.
Pure iced tea.
Oh, yeah.
Just
totally.
delectable.
Totally. Ambrosia salad sweat.
Ambrosia salad sweat. That's
if I
what they
could
serve.
sweat and it smelled like ambrosia salad, I would take that deal. I love ambrosia salad.
That's fair. Honestly.
Don't sleep on ambrosia
salad. Honestly, if
salad.
you could sweat and it smelled like ambrosia salad, I'd take that deal.
Otherwise, you're distracted by your wife's unhygienic sweat.
Ew. Gross human.
Nasty.
Humans are gross.
Anyway, Irene looked a bit offended by this, and I told Will that I would kick him out if he made another comment like that. Fair.
Fair? I would have kicked him out a long time ago.
Same. He's been super pissed ever since. I jokingly told this story to a mutual friend, and they agreed with Will. Maybe I shouldn't be so harsh.
No, you are perfectly acceptably harsh.
Okay, so you and I have lived not as hard of a situation like this, but there was a time when in our first house we lived together, one of your co-workers and friends was over to play board games with us one night and have dinner.
Yeah.
And he called me a bitch. And I told him if he ever said anything even alluding or even similar to calling me a bitch ever again, he would never be welcome in my house.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we never saw him after that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still saw him after that.
He did not come over.
No.
There are definitely lines, and having a good boundary is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, you need to figure out first if you're good friends enough to call each other bitch, you know?
Yeah. And especially in this case, it's you don't do that with your sibling's spouse.
Yeah, although I would totally do that with my sibling's spouse. That sounds hilarious.
He would probably laugh.
How you doing, you sweaty bitch?
He would probably laugh at that.
Probably.
But oh my gosh, no, I do not think the poster was being the asshole in
not at all.
any way,
Honestly,
shape, or form.
The fact that not only did the poster call him a sore loser, but also a slow loser.
Yeah,
that is just a cherry on top.
It's chef's kiss beautiful.
That is complete and utter annihilation.
Oh yeah, and I think the brother getting super pissed off, but about that is just yeah, because he's a child. You know what? It's probably behavior like this that led to him getting a messy divorce and needing a place to stay.
Probably. Maybe he complained about the sweat too much.
Okay, he's really giving me just misogynist asshole vibes. Like,
Oh,
I
I
can't
mean-
stand to be one-upped by a woman because
that's
she's
so-
faster than I am. I'm gonna focus on her being sweaty. It's like, dude,
It's
she's
so-
faster than you. Just because you're a gym rat doesn't mean you're better at cardio. Like, why are you taking it so
she's
personally?
probably lighter than you. So even
Also-
if you had the same like strength levels, she'd have an easier time over long distances
Right.
because she doesn't have to lug around as much weight as you.
You slow loser.
You sore, slow loser. Like, can't you just be like, wow, that was impressive. Let's, I gotta step it up, get faster.
That's what I'm saying,
know?
misogynist.
Yeah.
Cannot stand being
Yeah.
one-upped by a woman.
I wonder, honestly, if the poster had outrun the brother, if something like that had happened. Probably not.
He definitely, like, the brother wouldn't have been like calling his brother a sweaty bitch.
Oh, honestly, I call my brother sweaty bitch all the time.
Yeah, but
So-
I don't think this brother. you're one thing. I don't think this brother would have been calling the poster a sweaty bitch. I think he would have just been like, yeah, that's right, you're supposed to keep up with me. Like, he would have downgraded it not to being, like, one-upped, but to just keeping up with. Like, yeah, you kept up with me, good for you, you had a good day or whatever. Whereas, like, oh, she's a woman, she's not allowed to be better than me at anything. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, if you're that desperate to be better than her, then just, see which one of you can do more bench presses or whatever.
Right.
And then you can be like, haha,
You
I
didn't
out
keep up
bench
with me.
press. Yeah. And then you can feel like you're still the best at something, if that's that important to you.
Which he clearly seems like that's his
Yeah,
personality
clearly,
type, is
like-
I have to be the best one in the room.
Yeah. And, like, newsflash, you're never going to be the best at anything. There's only ever one person who's the best at a thing.
There are
And you
like
better get used
7
to it.
billion people,
There
so
are almost 8 billion people at this point, I think. So you better get used to the fact that there's a solid chunk of people who will be better at it than you at anything you do. Just, be yourself, you insufferable, whiny bitch.
no, sore, slow loser.
Sore, slow loser.
You can't beat that as the
Honestly, at first I thought where that was going with the sore, slow loser was that he was going through a messy divorce and he was dragging it out, and that's why he was being called a sore, slow loser. Which would have been even, like, sicker of a burn.
Oh, we don't know. It is messy, so who knows how ongoing it is. I will also just say, like, you're a grown man. Like, going through a divorce and all that, I get it. You don't need to be moving in with your brother and his wife. Like, that is so...
Well, the thing is, if you don't have anywhere to live after divorce...
Then guess what? You go live in a motel.
Yeah, but... like, okay.
I have very strong feelings about, like, you do not go live with family.
Because you don't have any siblings. Like, I don't think that my sister is gonna get a divorce and move to Hawaii. I don't think those two things are gonna happen. If she had to stay somewhere for a month, I wouldn't, like, send her away. I would fight you to have her be allowed to be here for a bit.
Not a month.
Not a month, but I would fight you for a little while.
I would be okay with, like, a week. But even then, it's like, but you have shit. Like, you have suitcases or whatever. You don't need to be putting that in my living room.
Obviously, it would depend on our living situation. Anyway, back on topic.
Oh, this is on topic.
Yeah, no, I don't think the poster did anything wrong, because I don't think he was fully aware of how bad his brother would get. Because if there had been like, oh, you used to call our mom a sweaty bitch, then I would have been like, yeah, just don't even have him over.
I don't even know how to put into words the face that I'm making right now.
Well, too bad. That's your job now. Put it
I
into
used
words.
to call my mom a sweaty bitch. I mean, she did work in a brothel, and it was like, there was no AC, so...
And technically, me and my brother Remus, we weren't even that wrong.
Oh. No, I think the poster did everything right. He like made it very clear, hey, stop doing that. Hey, knock it out. Stop acting like a child. Okay, if you do this again, I'm kicking you out. Like, he gave the brother 3 chances. At that point, he's already been way more, like, nice about it than I would be.
Oh, totally.
Ever.
Totally.
Again, you had a friend who called me a bitch, and I was like, get the fuck out of my house.
To be fair, he called you out for trying to to mind game someone and Risk. Like,
yeah.
He didn't do it, but it was a joke. But
I don't care. You don't know me, I don't know you. Don't call me a bitch.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
No, like, I think the poster did everything right. Like, the poster understands boundaries where the brother clearly does not.
Yeah.
I say, you did great. You called him just the sickest burn of all time.
Yeah.
And you made clear boundaries and tried to get him out of your house. Or told him you'd kick him out. You didn't even get him out of your house at that point. You said, I'm going to kick you out. That's like, that is boundaries and communication 101.
Yeah.
Tell them what's wrong and tell them what's going to happen if they continue the behavior.
Yeah. Totally.
Especially while they're a guest in your home, or like while you're taking care of them in some way. At no point here does it say, and by the way, he's paying me rent.
I mean, that wouldn't even matter.
No, I know, but that, you know, you're doing your brother a big favor.
Oh, yeah.
By letting him stay in your home. Guess what? That means he doesn't get to disrespect you or your wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have another story about that. I'm not gonna go into it.
I think.
What? I think the poster did everything right.
I think we have to now, for the first time without practicing, say in perfect sync whether they're the asshole or not.
You are not the asshole. So weird. It didn't feel good. By the way, there was an update.
There's an update.
There is an update. Update. I didn't expect this amount of responses. Thank you all for all the advice.
There's a number of responses.
He says amount, though, so...
Yeah, but they're countable.
I agree with you. I'm just reading what the poster said. I've decided to kick him out. He will be staying at a nearby hotel now.
Good.
Wait, so he could afford a hotel? Why was he with you at all? That's what I say.
Because you want to give your siblings the benefit of the doubt. But
wait, he could afford a hotel? Why is he staying with you at all then?
Because it's nicer. You know, we had
well, clearly it wasn't nicer.
we had a friend whose brother stayed with them for a while because he was going through a bad breakup. It's something that people do.
Me?
Yeah.
We did? We had a friend come visit us when they went through a bad breakup, and that was the biggest mistake of that year, for sure.
No, Sophie.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to have to say the name.
Well, you could have alluded.
Ophi say.
Ophi say, yes, Ophi say. I forgot about that.
It's something that
they got back together, though. Some of the comments are very interesting. One of them says, your mutual friend is an asshole too. I agree. Like, if this guy's friends are telling him that he was the asshole for telling his brother not to be a dick to his wife, it's like, your friend gives bad advice too.
Your friend gives terrible advice. He's like the neighbor in a 1970s sitcom.
Ooh, that is bad advice. don't know. I don't know that I've ever watched a 70s sitcom, I'll be honest.
I was like, oh, I know that like a couple of 1990s sitcoms had a couple of neighbors who gave bad advice. So I just went back 20 years and assumed it was worse then.
Probably. It was like the older character too, so they grew up in the 50s, so you know it was really bad advice.
Yeah. They the only reason they don't use the N-word is because the network wouldn't let them.
In the 70s? Yeah.
And it was supposed to be the likable neighbor too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It was like the old grandpa type.
It's like
He's like mowing his lawn.
Yeah.
And he's like, by the way, remember to lock your car or else.
Or else. Your hysterical wife was going to take it for a joyride.
She's going to go to the
day,
oh, God.
We called them, and then the video just like cuts out. It's just like a
cut the feed, Jerry.
Cut the feed, Jerry. I have to record a lot more Elden Ring than I thought for this.
Good. You need the time, apparently, in Elden Ring.
Oh my God. It's like, how big is this game? I'm
at least 12.
Yeah, because I'm like 13 hours in, and I've only done the first major boss. And
I had to fish information out of you yesterday about Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Like, you told me so much about Sifu in the first day. You told me so much about Superhot on the first day. I know every single detail of Beyond Good and Evil. Beyond Good and Evil. I know every detail about that game. And then your most anticipated game of all time.
Second
and in the
most
first
anticipated.
And then in the first week you tell me nothing. I was shocked. I was like,
I didn't know where to start.
I was shocked. The most thing you told me was, I want to get more gear, but it's hard to find. And I was like, okay. Nothing else. That was it. I had to fish information out of you.
Yeah. So.
And I'm vegetarian.
Me too. So Elden Ring video isn't happening for a while, but if you like video games, you can go over to my channel, Handsome German, where I sometimes talk about video games. Or pretty much exclusively talk about video games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm rapidpeach. On YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and like my public library. I'm rapidpeach everywhere.
Nice.
I am rapidpeach at the library. That's my login. It's rapidpeach.
I like it.
It's a good username.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's based on Rapid Peach. Because of the single ladies dance in Just Dance. Or not single ladies.
Sexy.
What's that called? What's that song called? It's the Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Tonight I'll be a naughty girl. Found it.
Don't buy Ubisoft games until they let the workers unionize. I care about this because they're making Beyond Good and Evil 2 and
in theory,
and I'm not going to be able to enjoy it until they make some goddamn changes.
Oh no, yeah, don't support Ubisoft games.
Nope.
Because of all the terrible
Buy
people.
them second hand off of eBay if you absolutely have to play them, which, you know, a couple of them are good, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we have an origin story about my username and we have determined whether Poster is or is not the asshole, which they are not, thanks. I hope you enjoyed this first episode and the hilarious footage of Bennett playing Elden Ring.
I'm probably just going to do B-roll.
Like, subscribe.
Subscribe. Like, strike. Do the like strike dance. on both Rapid Peach's channel and Handsome German. Link in the little doobly-doo card in the top right corner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you going to end this?
Cock's gun.
No. 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 There was a thing you wanted to say.
Oh. What was it? Fuck.
know.
Does it say it on the...
I don't... Oh, yeah, it does.
Words can change the life. Record them perfectly. That's what it says on the bag that came with our lapel microphones. Words can change the life.
Record them perfectly.
Amen.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.